In the last video, we saw Sena recalling how much Kanghyuk had changed since the first time she saw him. He used to be cold and rude, but now he is friendly and accommodating. But the one thing that hasn't changed is his love for cooking. Soon, they run into the owner of the restaurant, Hwang, who tells Kanghyuk that he got the idea of the fusion restaurant after visiting him. Next, Kanghyuk returns home and then goes camping in the spirit world, where Randolph tells him about the Winter Elder Festival, where an old man dressed in blue gives you a gift if you catch him. Kanghyuk is excited to hear about this world's version of Christmas, and he gets all three factions to come together to celebrate it. Everyone brings food items from their homes to share with others, but, in between, the food runs out because of the nasty tricks played by the bishop. However, Kanghyuk leads the three chefs to cook something on the spot, making everyone happy. The elders are particularly happy and say that it is not a bad thing for their people to hang out together like this from time to time. Soon, everyone prepares to return to their home, but before that, Kanghyuk has one last surprise to make the day memorable. He tells everyone that before they go, he has one last thing to give them all. He hands over a neatly wrapped package to the leaders of the three factions, and Cassandra immediately starts sniffing it to figure out what is inside. Roventus, on the other hand, directly asks Kanghyuk what is inside the package. Kanghyuk replies with a smile on his face that it is called stolen, which is a bread made from dried fruits or nuts soaked in rum and spices. He recalls his conversation with his sister, who kept yapping about the details of the recipe and how the dry fruits and nuts taste best when they are soaked for months. However, since they were short on time, Kanghyuk reduced that time by 99% and soaked the nuts for just a day. Kanghyuk can't tell everyone that he borrowed help from his sister to make this, but he is proud that he could do that. He tells the leaders of the three species that where he comes from, people slice off one piece of the stolen each day while waiting for a special occasion. He then adds that it might be too late for following that tradition, because the special occasion was today. Kanghyuk says that he thought it was a good idea to bring this special bread for everyone today so that they can eat one slice each day to remember this special event. Not to mention, occasions where all three species gather together come so often. Cassandra laughs, saying that if that is the case, they can't eat it all in one bite. The elf elder is really moved by the gift and the idea behind it, saying that it is really meaningful. He decides to offer a small gift to Kanghyuk in return and start using his magic. A pink mist is released from the elf elder's hand, and then flowers and butterflies start flying out. Kanghyuk is really mesmerized by this scene, and then the elf elder tells him that the rose he gifted him the other day finally bloomed. The rose flowers spread in the air, and everyone starts enjoying the scenery. The elf elder remarks that the rose was so beautiful that he wanted to share it with everyone, so he brought it along with him. As Kanghyuk holds a rose in his hands, he gets nostalgic, thinking about how much the seed he gifted the elf elder has grown since that day. The elf elder thanks Kanghyuk for giving him the chance to grow such a beautiful flower and showing him such a beautiful sight. He looks at the children chasing butterflies that are flying after the rose petals in the air, and then remarks that he will remember this for a long, long time. Soon, the night comes, and in the Beastman village, everyone is sound asleep. Well, everyone except Mona, who is too excited from the events of the day to even take a nap. She keeps staring at the ribbon used to tie the stolen package while her mother sleeps next to her. Mona recalls how Cassandra earlier told her about the human festival in which if you hunt a man dressed in blue, treasure would drop. Well, she's not gotten over that idea yet, and she begins thinking that if she can dress the blue version of Santa Claus, he will accept defeat and give her a bunch of delicious meat. A mischievous grin spreads on her face as she starts thinking of making this dream come true and then happily starts sneaking out of bed. Unfortunately for her, her mother is the chieftain of the beast folk and her senses are sharper than a razor. She immediately grabs Mona's head and tells her to go back to sleep, leaving the girl shivering and terrified. The next day, Mona rekindles her ambitions of hunting the old man in blue, but first she looks around to confirm that her mother is not around. Once she is certain that Cassandra can't stop her this time, she starts dreaming about catching the Smurf Santa Claus. but unfortunately, her mother notices this too. As Mona runs off to the forest to catch the Winter Elder, Cassandra watches over her with Noah, who asks her what they should do now. Cassandra finds her daughter's innocence cute and says that they should let her preserve her childlike innocence and curiosity. She immediately tells Noah to get ready for a special mission, and even though he is shocked on hearing what she wants him to do, he can't refuse his chieftain. At the same time, Aura is in the forest as well, munching on snacks with her spirit bird Sophie while wondering about her next step. She feels that she has ended up staying in the forest for longer than she expected, and that she should head to her next destination as soon as possible. She recalls how she has crossed a scorching desert and a freezing glacier. Both of them were harsh and beautiful in their own way, but despite that, she doesn't feel satisfied with her journey. She wants to complete her journey and return home, but then her sister's words echo in her mind, telling her that the journey has no set end, so she shouldn't rush that much. However, Aura has made up her mind, and until she can attain enlightenment, she has no plans to end her journey. She wants to be acknowledged like her sister and become a full-fledged ranger, but that dream looks a bit distant right now. Aura immediately snaps out of her desperate state of mind and tells Sophie that they should head to an extremely rugged mountain range for their next journey. Suddenly, she notices the cheerful Mona prancing on her way to find the Winter Elder, and she remembers her from the festival. Just then, Mona notices a blue tail peeking out from the bushes, and she thinks that this is her target. She immediately grabs the tail and pulls it out, but it is definitely not the Winter Elder, but a giant lizard. The lizard shrieks and pounces on her, and Mona freaks out. But luckily, Aura's body moves on her own, and she takes the girl out of danger in a flash. Even when they are far away from the lizard, they are terrified and disheveled, and Aura says that she thought that for a moment, she was going to be eaten by the blue lizard. Mona is too shocked to even realize what has happened, but she finally looks at Aura once she is calm enough. Even after that, Mona keeps looking for her target, leaving no stones unturned, quite literally. Aura is confused by this and asks her what she is looking for. Mona excitedly begins gesturing to her, but Aura is sure that not even her wise sister could understand this gibberish. Well, Mona starts drawing the Winter Elder on the ground to make things clear, but that makes them even worse. Aura thinks that Mona is drawing a troll and tells her that if she wants to see a troll, she needs to cross at least 2 mountain ranges. Mona gets angry on hearing this because it is an insult to her art and resumes her search. Aura begins wondering what it is that the beast folk girl is looking for if not a troll. She then notices that Mona is staring at everything blue for a while, and she has the blue ribbon tied around her neck. The blue ribbon reminds Aura of the bread that Kanghyuk gave everyone on the Winter Elder Day, and with that, she arrives at the right answer. She asks Mona if she is looking for the Winter Elder, and the beast girl's eyes light up on hearing that. This brings another dilemma for Aura, because as a grown-up, she knows that Santa Claus doesn't exist, and neither does the Winter Elder. She begins wondering if she should tell Mona the truth or not, but on seeing her laughing proudly, she realizes that it won't work. Aura gets up, deciding to go back home because earlier she was planning to watch over Mona until she gave up and returned home, but at this rate, it doesn't seem possible. Aura doesn't want to waste her entire day babysitting her, so she gets ready to return to her village when suddenly she sees Mona approaching a blue flower. Aura freaks out on seeing this because she knows that it is a poisonous flower, and she tells Mona not to touch it. She leaps ahead as the flower spews its acid on Mona and realizes that she can't leave this girl here on her own. At the same time, in the deeper parts of the forest, the creatures are shocked and terrified of something giant and blue. Turns out the Winter Elder was not a myth after all, or is he? He walks through the forest, dressed in blue and carrying a big bundle, with his beard masking his entire face. The forest creatures are terrified of him, and the reason for that is his eyes that stare into the distance with burning passion as they wait for Mona to come to him so that he can finish his mission and go back to being Noah. That's all for this video. I pity Noah for having to put up with the moody mother and daughter, but let's see if Mona finds him in time and if she can catch him. Meanwhile, we have no idea what Kanghyuk is up to, but hopefully we can find more in the next video. Till then, check out other videos on our channel and subscribe if you like them.